simple ये simplified.
A very warm good afternoon to all the students who are appearing in CSET to be held on 21st of November 2020. We are sure that you all would have downloaded your admit cards by now. Today we are here to guide you about the technicalities of the ensuing CSET test, which will be held on 21st of November 2020. We have with us our panel of experts. We are privileged to have with us Dr. Sanjay Pandey, Joint Secretary Examination, Mr. S.K. Sharma, Joint Director Examination, Dr. Rahul Chandra, Joint Director E-Learning Cell, Mr. Akinchan from Academics. We welcome all the panel of experts who will be guiding you today. But before we take your questions, we have a small presentation for you. So I request Mr. Nihal Pandit to give the presentation to the students before we take your questions.
Thank you, Gitanjali ji. I hope you all are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So the agenda for the next few minutes will be, we will set the guidelines for the participants, all of you. We will introduce what online exam is, what remote proctoring is. We will then share the instructions, guidelines, some do's and don'ts, and we'll also share with you details about the support you will have throughout the examination and throughout this process. We will then move to the hardware and software requirements you need to have. Thereafter, we will take you through the step-by-step flow that you need to follow. And finally, we will answer all the doubts and queries that you will have. Right? So starting with the guidelines for the next few minutes, please be very attentive. This session is planned exclusively for you to prepare you. Please keep your microphones on mute. You will be able to post all your questions, and we have kept sufficient time to answer all your queries. While many of your queries will be answered in the subsequent sections, still we have kept that time. And finally, all the documents, guidelines is being shared with you. So focus on the session and don't focus on taking notes of this. So let's start with the basics. What is online and remote proctored exam? Online exam is a test which you can take from any location over the internet. And remote proctoring is a mechanism where all the attempts of malpractice are tracked, recorded, and a proctor can instantaneously take action on your suspicious activity. It is a very simple mode of taking the exam. There are no complexities involved. Very easy to use, and you will have all our support throughout the process. It is also completely secured process. Exam takes place in a controlled environment, and this mode will not create any instability to your system, that is your laptop and desktop. Proctoring is quite comprehensive. There is an artificial intelligence based engine that will track all your movements, physical or screen and navigation actions. It will also flag off all the suspicious activities. In addition to the system, there are human proctors who will be remotely keeping an eye on you. They will be able to warn you when on a real-time basis and on a live basis whenever you are trying to indulge in any suspicious activity. Right? So let's talk about the guidelines for taking this exam. Preparation is paramount. You will receive all the guideline documents. Please read through them very carefully. Before the actual exam, an end-to-end mock test or a practice test is being planned. It is mandatory, I repeat, it is mandatory for all the candidates to appear for this mock test. The intent is to familiarize you with the process and get your systems tested well in advance. Mock test will have some dummy questions and it has no relation with the actual exam. We have also enabled a smart IVR based help desk dedicated for you for your exam. This number will be shared with you. It is already visible. You can reach out whenever you face any issue during the mock test or during the actual exam. In addition to that, during the exam, you will have an option to chat with the proctor if you have any issue. So I mentioned there are live proctors or people who will be keeping an eye on you. I will show you on the screen how you can chat with the proctor as well if you have any issue. But this option of chatting with the proctor using a live message is to be used very judiciously. only when you need support, right? Now, this is the high level process. You have already downloaded your admit cards. You would have received some guideline documents, system requirement documents, and a step-by-step user manual. From our side, we are going to send you all these documents and details. Please keep an eye on your email and ensure that you are checking all the folders in your inbox or your spam folder. So after sharing the documents, we will actually conduct the mock test. It is being planned from 18th tomorrow, and details we will anyway we have shared with you. And then after the mock test, the actual exam will happen. You will have to ensure that you abide by the do's and don'ts and the guidelines set. Finally, result will be communicated to you. Again, bringing to your notice that the mock exam as well as the actual examination is being proctored. Your actions are being monitored. So ensure that you are giving exam by all fair means, and no need to worry at all. We have set up a helpline number. You can reach out to that number in case you are facing any kind of issue, right? Now, these are some typical situations when candidates reach out to our help desk number when they are unable to log in, when their microphone is not detected, when they are unable to capture their photo, or when they are unable to navigate from one question to the other, when system is hung or stuck, the network got disconnected and they are unable to relog in. There might be other situations also. So reach out to that number. It's a common helpline number, but there are experts available to guide you and to take you step by step, right? Coming to some do's, ensure that your webcam, microphone, internet is working properly. We will provide you links to test whether your system is working properly or not. Ensure that your room is well lit. Light should be in front of your face and not flashing from behind. Be seated in a silent place, silent location. Your face should be clearly and fully visible in the camera. You will be asked to capture your photo before starting of the exam to your web camera, right? Like I mentioned, no cut faces in the frame. Your face should be fully visible inside the frame, right? Keep only transparent water bottles, wear only transparent glasses if required. Keep your admit card print and valid government ID proof handy. You will be asked by the proctor to show your valid ID proof. Valid ID proofs are passport, driving license, Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter ID. Again, reiterating, mock test is compulsory. It is for your own good. Coming to some don'ts, things which you don't have to practice. And I just want to bring to your notice that all these things will be caught. Even if you try to practice it, it will be caught. So please be very cautious and give the exam fairly. No communication with anyone, or do not read the questions aloud. Don't move away from the screen. For that matter, don't look anywhere else other than straight in the camera in the screen. Light source should be behind your face. No background noise. Be seated at a silent location. There should not be any person inside your room. Be very cautious about it. No sunglasses, no earphones. You cannot Google or access any support material. You will not be able to move out of your test taking screen. And test has to be taken on a laptop or desktop. Don't take it on a mobile or tablet. Also, no gadgets or materials should be around you. That is, no mobile, no tablet, smartwatch, wristband, calculator, book, study material, printed notes. Nothing should be around you. Coming to the hardware and software requirements for taking this exam, whatever is mentioned here, it is fairly available on laptop or desktop of this age. Still, we need to check once before you take the mock test. RAM should be of 2 GB or above. Microphone is usually built in, but even external microphone will work. Similar with web camera, Either it is external or available within your system with a minimum resolution of 640 cross 480. And the recommendation of internet speed is 1 Mbps through a wired or wireless network, processor of dual core or above. On software front, it should be Windows operating system. We have mentioned the operating system versions which are compatible. You should get the latest service pack, drivers, security patches available. You need to install the secured exam browser. I will explain about the installation process. Finally, you need to have the latest version of Chrome and .NET version of 4.5.2 or above available on your laptop. And one more time, reiterating the fact that mock test is compulsory. It will help you check whether all these hardware software requirements are met or not. Now, in simple terms, secured exam browser, like we all are locked down inside our home, secured exam browser will lock the test taking window. You will not be able to move out, take access to virtual machine, access any remote access. All of that will be disabled. A single tab browser will be open on your system. No copy paste, no shortcut keys like Alt tab or Control Alt delete will be allowed, right? So let's go by the step-by-step flow. This is a high-level view. You will have to download the secured exam browser. You will have to install the secured exam browser. You will have to log in 30 minutes before the exam start time so that you prepare and go through the steps required. You will have to take the test. No candidate will be allowed after 15 minutes of the exam start. And you will have to finish the test only after 90 minutes of commencement of test. Finally, after you have submitted all the responses, a thank you page will come. You will then have to exit from the secured exam browser and uninstall it from your system. So I will quickly move through the steps which I have mentioned. So this is, you will have to enter your registration number and date of birth to log in. Once you log in, just go through the details of which are mentioned on the screen and click on the download SEB. SEB is nothing but secured exam browser. So click on it, download it, and then you will be have to install the secured exam browser. You will see this kind of a logo on the screen. Just double click on it and move to the next options till the point you see a confirmation that it has been successfully installed. Close this window after the installation is complete. Then these are the links which we will share with you to check whether your webcam and microphone is working properly. You will then have to launch the secured exam browser before you start the exam. This icon or shortcut will be visible on your desktop. Double click on it. You will have to click on the yes option to proceed further, and then the secured exam browser will launch. Now you will have to enter your login credentials, confirm the attendance by clicking on this checkbox and click on sign in. Thereafter, you will see these rules. You will have to read through them carefully at your ease and then click on this checkbox to give your agreement that you will abide by these rules. Thereafter, you will have to allow the access to microphone and camera and move to the next step. This is an automatic equipment check. So don't interrupt the process, let it continue. Thereafter, you will be asked to start capturing of your location, screen, and take picture of your face as well as ID proof. So when this step comes after the internet check is done, you will have to click on start capture and then click on the screen and share your screen, right? So these are some 3-4 steps which you will have to do. Click your profile picture. As you can see, the full face should be visible. No light flashing from the background. It should be in front of your face. Thereafter, take the proof of your valid ID proof which are allowed. I already mentioned which are the allowed ID proofs. Take a picture of it and click on the next button. When the proctor signals you, you need to confirm that all these details visible are correct and click on the continue option. Proctor will signal you when to start the exam. Thereafter, you will see the instruction sheet. All the details will be available here. Read through the instructions carefully. The actual time of the exam has not yet started. This is a representation time. You will have some time to go through these instructions carefully so So read them very cautiously and carefully. Go through all the questions, attempt them carefully. You will have an option to mark a particular question for review. So for example, I'm on 15th question. I don't know the answer. I can click on this mark option so that I can revisit it later and attempt it after I have completed rest of the questions. So you have all these options at your hand. Use them. You will also have filtering options. So if you click on these panel which is available here, those questions can get filtered. The ones which you have not visited, or the ones which you have not answered, or the ones which you have marked for a later review. So segregating the question based on your action plus filtering them, these two options are available here. Clock will be ticking here so that you can keep an eye on the time, and you can change, increase or decrease the font size of the question appearing here based on your visual comfort, right? Once you have answered all the questions, once you are completed, you can click on the end test option. It's a two-stage confirmation process. After you click on the end test button, you will see a summary of your entire attempts, how many questions you have answered, not answered, marked for review. If you are satisfied with the summary, you want to proceed, you can click on yes. Otherwise, click on no, go back, complete the answers, and then again repeat the process of clicking on end test, yes. And this is the final confirmation stage. If you click on confirm, your test will be submitted. This is the last option you have to go back and change or answer the remaining questions by clicking on the cancel button, right? So two-stage confirmation process to end the test. And once you have completed, you will see a thank you page. Now this is the chat option that you will see on your screen while you are giving the test. So this is, you can initiate a chat with the proctor if you are facing any issue. If you click on this button, a chat pop-up will come and you can type your message. Live proctor will see what message you have sent and they will be able to reply back to you. But this has to be used judiciously. For technical related issue, you have to reach out to the helpline number which is given, right? Finally, after you are done, after you see a thank you message, to exit from the secured exam browser, you have to press the key combination Alter plus Escape on the keyboard. You will step out of the secured exam browser. If you see any anomaly on your system, just in case if you see anything like desktop icon missing or anything, you can double click on this SCB Lite Repair Tool shortcut which you see on your desktop. Otherwise, reach out to our help desk and we will help you out just in case you see any issue, right? Finally, if there is any internet disconnection or network interruption, don't worry, don't get panicked. You can close the browser and re-log in and resume the exam. You are being monitored, so be cautious and give the exam with all fair means. All the best, and I hand it over to Gitanjali.
Thanks, Nihar, for such an elaborative presentation. So you have covered almost everything, but we'll take queries from the students. So we'll start with the question and answer session. So I'll be, taking queries one by one. Pandey sir, this is for you. Students, they are saying how the CSET will be conducted. Will it be conducted from test centers or from home?
Good afternoon, all the students. A lot of queries we are getting from your side regarding the conduct of CSET and other technicalities, including what all you should carry, what sort of laptop and all. For your convenience, various FAQs have been uploaded in the website. And if you see, first question on the FAQ will be how it will be conducted. But anyway, I will be repeating again, but why I am emphasizing, if you go through all the information available in the website, I think all the queries will be resolved very easily. Similarly, FAQs number 12 and 14, they are relating to what all technical are involved in the CSET, and 24 instructions, FAQs number 24, it gives the navigational instructions. So Other than these, there are other instructions also. If I will not be able to pass my 12th class, what will happen, like this? There are several FAQs. So my one advice to all of you, please go through these all the FAQs, and all the queries will be resolved. Now coming to conduct of CSAT, this is the second time we are conducting this CSAT. First was held in 28th August. Now next one, second one will be held on 21st of November. First one, it was conducted in 2 batches, but for your convenience, we are conducting it in 3 batches. So timings you are already aware that are available in the website. First is 9:30 to 11:30. Next is 1 to 3 p.m. Third one is 4 to 6 p.m. So there will be 3 batches. You will be allotted the batches. Admit card we have already released. Along with the admit card, we have released the instruction to the candidates also. Apart from FAQs, you are required to go through the instruction to candidates also. They are very detailed in nature and tell you what to do and what not to do. Whatever presentation we have given to you, that are all covered in the FAQs and the instruction to candidates. So coming back again to CSET, it's an examination that will be remote through a remote proctoring mode. Candidate sitting anywhere can appear for the examination. If I say anywhere, you can sit at home. If you are not having computing facility, you can sit at some convenient location like cyber cafe, but there are certain points you have to take into consideration. It will be a real exam like situation. That's why we are conducting mock test also. My again second advice to you, tomorrow you appear for the mock test, you will come to know how exactly the test will be in a real life situation on the 21st of November. Now coming back to test on 21st, so what you have to do, it is from a anywhere mode. So what are the precautions you have to take? So the precautions is, you will be sitting in an exam like situation, means your posture should be good. You should be sitting in a table. Your laptop will be placed on a table or in a comfortable position, and you will be sitting in a chair. Don't compromise with your position. You sit in the same manner as you sit for a real examination. There should not be any noise from behind, no movement from the backside, no relative, no friend, no father, no mother, nothing, no relative should be present while you are giving the examination. As already informed to you in the presentation, if any of your relative, any of your friends or your parents, if they are present, it will be treated that somebody is present to help you. And that is against our guidelines. And if anybody tries to help you, or if you try to take any help from anyone, it will be treated as a unfair means. Now it is administered and monitored or controlled through a remote proctor. It means you will be monitored throughout the test. Now what does this mean? It means somebody from a remote position is watching you how you are appearing. So you have to be very sincere in giving the examination. Kindly do not carry your mobile, do not carry other electronic gadgets that will lead to a use of unfair means, and your examination can be cancelled if you try to violate any of these conditions. Now, what all you are required to carry? Everything should be handy. Don't try to call your parents or your friend that please bring my admit card, please bring my identity card. You keep your identity card with you, keep your admit card with you. Once there is a instruction from the proctor, you have to make sure that you are having whatever he is demanding. What are the items he can demand? He will ask your identity admit card first. You have to display your identity admit card like that. I am displaying front page and then back page also. Ensure that nothing is written over it. This is, and second, similarly, you will show your identity card also. Then proctor, depending upon the position, or sometime it is mandatory, may ask you to show your 360-degree view. 360-degree view means, say suppose this is your laptop, you will rotate it like that. I am rotating myself all around. This is called 360-degree. Dikh raha hai ye?
दिख रहा है.
So I have given you a demo of 360-degree also. Sometimes students are confused. They are showing only 90-degree or 180-degree. 360-degree means all around, circular path. This is the 360-degree. No headphone, no earphone are to be carried. If you are carrying any headphone or earphone, we will not listen to any of your excuses. It will be treated as unfair means and action will be taken against the candidate. Now, sometimes candidate, what they are doing, they are deliberately switching off their videos or audios or microphones. That is not allowed. Once you have started your exam, please make sure your microphone, video, that is on and you are visible. If any time you are away from the test, or say for example you make an excuse that you have forgotten to bring your admit card, you are going in your next room, you are going outside, that will again be treated as unfair means. Again I am repeating, please keep the things handy. Which are the things that are to be kept handy? Again I am repeating, admit card, identity card. So this is in brief, I have explained. I am concluding with a remark. Your query is what is CSET? CSET is a examination based on anywhere mode. Candidate sitting anywhere can appear in the examination.
Thanks, sir, for guiding in detail. Now we'll take one question for academics. So students, they are asking about the Viva Voce, no? Okay. So they want to know that Viva Voce will be conducted in this exam.
Yeah, good afternoon, friends. Now regarding this Viva Voce, since it's a remote proctored mode examination, this time also, like the last time we had Viva Voce in question answer mode. So here also the Viva Voce will be in the question answer mode. You will be asked some questions to answer and that you need to give. It will not be in physical mode.
Thanks, Akinchan ji. For examination, what is Safe Examination Browser?
Hello, good afternoon, dear friends and students. Safe Examination Browser (SEB) is a simple. This is like just like if you are having some app in your mobile. This is sort of one application. This is meant for appearing in the examination, and candidates are required to download and install on their system so that they can appear in the examination. This is the whole, and this will provide the environment for appearing in the examination.
Thank you, sir.
Just a minute. One more advice I would like to give you here. Last time we have experienced that students have not downloaded the SEB, Safe Examination Browser. Last minute on the day of the examination, just before half an hour or 20 minutes or exactly at the time of examination, they were downloading the browser. So there was a delay. So our advisory is that immediately today you download the Safe Examination Browser so that you doesn't have to face any problem tomorrow for the mock test and on the ultimate day, that is 21st, on the main day of the examination. So please download it today itself.
Thank you, sir. So students,
and just I want to add one thing. Candidate, please note, if you have to download Safe Examination Browser today, and do not uninstall till your examination is successfully conducted and completed. Please remember, because this is the only requirement that you can appear in the examinations. So please do take care.
So students, I repeat that without Safe Examination Browser, you won't be able to give your examination. So as sir said, download it today itself. Now the next question, Rahul ji, it is for you. What if there is a power failure in between while student is giving exam?
See, there can be instances of power failure, but it is advisable that since the examination is only for 2 hours, you ensure that your laptops are fully charged. In case if you are using your desktop machine, ensure again that UPS is fully charged so that you won't face any interruption. Remember it, in case if there is any delay, then not more than 15 days delay is allowed. Beyond that, it is your time loss. So it is again advisable to ensure that your laptop or your desktop is fully charged.
One more question for you only. Student is saying, if I have no PC or laptop, then how can I give the examination?
See, PC or laptop or any hardware devices is something which students have to ensure from their end. In case if you don't have a PC or a laptop, then you can visit a local cyber cafe, or you can take help from some of your friends or neighbors. But make sure that all softwares, required software, hardware devices and network devices are available with you. You are being facilitated that you are not asked to come to examination center. You can take the examination at the comfort of your home, but then you have to ensure all the mandatory requirements. So please check it before and take the mock test tomorrow so that you ensure this also, that your hardware devices is meeting all the requirements for the test. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. For examination, this question has come. What is the passing criteria for CSET?
Dear students, for passing CSET, as you know, there are 4 papers in one examination, and you have to secure 40% marks in each paper and 50% marks in aggregate, and this is the passing criteria. Please remember.
Will there be any negative marking? So this is for
No.
you.
Please, candidates, please note, there should not be any negative mark for wrong answer in the examination.
So there is no negative marks. When will be the admit cards issued for the CSET? So I'll repeat this. As sir said that our admit cards have already been issued. Sir, you would like to answer this?
Yeah, as informed to you, from 12th of November, the admit card has been hosted on the website. You can download your admit card along with the instruction to candidates. Again, I will repeat, while downloading the admit card, please go through or download the instructions also and go through them meticulously so that you doesn't leave any point that can put you in problem at a later stage, because the instructions to candidates carry all the do's and don'ts.
So I'll supplement. In case any of the student, he or she is not able to download the admit card, you can send in your request at cset@icsi.edu. So make sure that you send in your request if you are not able to download your admit cards prior to the examination. Now this question has come for academics. How can we solve question of logical reasoning without pen and paper? Many students, they want to know this.
Yes. So it's a very important question. See, first of all, I tell you that in order to give ample practice to the students, for all the 4 papers, that is business communication, legal aptitude, logical reasoning, economic and business environment, and current affairs, the institute is giving sample questions through its CSAT e-bulletin, which is a monthly issue, which you upload in the CSAT portal. We have already come with 7 issues. We are also providing CSAT mock test, which you can access from the CSAT portal. Now coming to logical reasoning without pen and paper, see friends, I tell you, they are not so very difficult questions that you need to do very critical calculations or complex calculations are there. It's just simple logic you have to apply. Basic numerical ability based questions or some series based questions where minimum common sense and you can say minimum logic will sufficient to resolve the questions at ease. But for your practice, please take up the mock test questions, sample questions, and still if you have any query, you are most welcome to send your query through our academic portal, Smash portal, and our subject officer will definitely resolve your academic doubts. Thank you.
Thanks, Akinchanji. Rahul sir, this has come for you. What if the electricity network gets off during the test?
In case of any sort of disruption because of power supply or because of internet connection or maybe because of some software failure in your system, I am including all 3-4 things, all these scenarios. So you need not to panic, number one. You may try login maybe after 2-3 minutes, and it was also covered in the presentation that we have given today itself. After 2-3 minutes, you can try login again. In case if you still face a difficulty, then you can connect to the technical helpline numbers already provided to you. Correct? And in case if you think that your device is not working, you have an alternate device, you can move on to that device also. But then don't try to log in simultaneously from both the devices. The server will allow login from the same login ID only through one device at a time. So I'm repeating, don't panic. Check everything. Try after 2-3 minutes. When the power resumes, try after that. In case if the problem still persists, you can always talk to the technical support executive on the technical support helpline numbers. Thank you.
Thanks, Rahul sir. This question has come for examination. What are the items that are prohibited during the CSET? Pandey sir has already explained, but many students are asking. So,
as in my first questions, that's why I have made a elaborative Gitanjali things so that nothing should be left. So once again I repeat, mobile phone is strictly banned. You are not supposed to carry any paper apart from admit card or identity card. You are not supposed to carry headphone, earphone, any paper, notes, books, electronic gadgets, calculators. So it means you have to appear in the examination along with your laptop, microphone, video in on mode, along with your admit card and one identity card. Rest all other things are prohibited.
thank you, sir. One more question for exam. Can a candidate use sheet, blank paper, rough work during the test?
Already explained. No.
Right. Exam will be taken on Chrome or Sublite application, Rahul sir.
No, as already covered in the presentation, it is being repeated here and also covered in the FAQ that
12.
that the recommended browser is Google Chrome. Use the latest version of Chrome, and that is advisable, and ensure that it is there so that you won't face difficulty either during the mock test or during the main examination.
These students are saying if they are 5 to 10 minutes late in joining the examination, so what will be the consequences?
They will not be given any extra time, but after a certain time you will not be able to log in.
15 minutes after.
So you have to ensure that you are timely in.
So one student is saying my home is located near main road and vehicle noise comes inside my room. Is it going to be a problem? Rahul sir, would you like to answer this?
Of course, I mean it would be caught in the artificial intelligence system that is there. So what precautionary measure you can take is then try to choose a room which is less prone to that noise.
Close the window.
Close all your windows, all the doors. Ensure that less possible noise is there. Or in case if you can shift your location maybe to your neighbor's house or to your friend's house, that is more advisable. But try every measures to restrict that noise to enter to your room where you are sitting, taking examination.
One more question for you. If any candidate wants to chat with live proctor, how he or she can do that?
It has been very well communicated. It was covered in the presentation. Then there would be an icon on the screen itself, main screen. The moment they want to chat, they can just press that and they can type their question, whatever they want. In case they don't have that, they can raise their hands also just to attract the attention of the proctor. So then proctor himself or herself can initiate the chat. So that's very easy.
One student is saying, sir, if mobile is not allowed, how I can contact the helpline numbers during the test?
See,
Let me answer. Students, already we have told you are not supposed to carry your mobile phone. Whatever query you have to make, you can do before the start of examination, or you can do tomorrow, you can do day after tomorrow. 21st, say your batch is 9:30, you can do till 9 o'clock. But once you are logged in, you are not supposed to carry your mobile. So any query if you have got, you can raise it to the remote proctor as Dr. Rahul Chandra has just explained. There will be one symbol, you can press that or you can raise your hand, the proctor will answer. But in between, if you try to call any helpline number or try to call us, try to call the institute, it will be treated that you are carrying your mobile phone, which is against the instruction to the candidates, and violation of instruction to candidate will lead to use of unfair means, and if you are under your use of unfair means, your examination will be cancelled, no communication will be entertained. That we are clarifying from the beginning. Everywhere it is written mobile phone, landline, it is banned. So that's why you have to be very cautious. Whatever queries are coming, helpline numbers are there. On 12th itself, when we have released the admit card, we have released 2 mobile numbers also. So you can use them. But on the day of the examination, if you start asking questions which you could have otherwise asked earlier also, that will be treated as use of unfair means and violation of instructions.
Thank you, sir, for guiding in such a detailed manner. Many students are asking, Rahulji, can I use mobile hotspot for the examination?
See, that is possible if you do not have any other means of internet connection. You may use, but in that case you have to ensure 2 things. Number 1, there is sufficient speed, which is clearly mentioned. Uninterrupted, sufficient speed, and then do not keep the mobile close to the system. You can keep the mobile in some other room. It catches to some distance, so that way you can do it. But otherwise, if we want to take examination on the mobile device itself, then it is simply prohibited. It is not permitted. Hope I've answered the question.
Kinchanji, students, they are asking about study material. How you can have access to the study material of CSET?
Okay. See friends, we have uploaded the reference reading material for all the 4 papers of the Company Secretary Exam Entrance Test. If you go to the CSAT portal, once you go, you see the left hand side, just when you enter the CSAT portal, left hand side you will find a link, this reference reading material. The best part is they can be downloaded, even you can take a printout. They are all printable PDF version. You can refer. But we suggest that apart from this reference reading material, you are also advised to refer the CSAT e-bulletins, various business newspapers like your Business Line, Economic Times, Business Standard, various business magazines or business journals, relevant reference books that caters to the topics covered under the 4 papers of CSAT for a comprehensive preparation.
Thank you, Kinchanji. So students, they are asking whether it is compulsory to appear in the mock test.
Yes, for candidates, it is compulsory to appear in the mock test. It will help you in 2 ways. First of all, it will check whether you have all technical specifications available on your systems, number 1. And number 2, you will be aware that how the actual examination like situations will go on when you will be appearing the real test, so that you can rehearse for the test in advance. So it is not only mandatory, but it is also in your interest to appear in mock test.
Thank you, sir. Pandey sir has given 360 round of desktops. So student is saying, is it possible in Cyber Cafe also to have a 360 degree?
Say, for example, if you are sitting with your face towards the wall, then how to do? Say, for example, I am showing you a demo. Say this is the wall. You are sitting like that. Still 360 degrees is possible. You have to only rotate your laptop like this. It's you are rotating, not the place is to be rotated. You have to rotate yourself. The idea is that the proctor sitting at a remote location should see your surroundings. I think it's possible.
Kinchanji, many students, they want to know what is the CSET e-bulletin?
Okay. So that's a very, very nice question you have put. See, the purpose of launching a CSAT e-bulletin by the institute is to strengthen the knowledge of the CSAT aspirants and provide them with practical insights. Now, what we all cover in the CSAT e-bulletin is, we try to provide the writers or the articles mapped with the topics or subtopics covered under the various lessons of the 4 papers, as I mentioned, that business communication, legal aptitude, logical reasoning, economic and business environment, and current affairs. So that the students get the practical dimensions to the concepts that are covered in these bulletins. We are very happy to tell you that so we have launched the first bulletin since April 2020, and so far 7 bulletins we have launched. And the worst part is now we have also introduced in some of the bulletins, and that is the sample questions for Viva OC. Because many students are asking what Viva OC is, which type of questions may be asked. So separately also we have uploaded the sample Viva questions. If you go to CSAT portal, you will find the sample Viva questions uploaded. Along with that, in the CSAT e-bulletins also, if you refer the September issue, you will find there is a sample questions for Viva OC. Second thing, if you refer the first CSAT e-bulletin and the second, that is April and May 2020 issue, we have covered how to prepare for CSAT. What is expected out of the 4 papers of CSAT, and what is expectation from business communication? What the students are expected from legal aptitude, logical reasoning? What is expected from economic business environment, current affairs and Viva OC? That also we have covered. There we have also provided some reference books and recommended websites. They are not exhaustive. We are not saying they are exhaustive, because study has no limitation, knowledge has no limitations. But we have given a direction like a pathfinder. Thank you.
Thank you, Akinchan ji. So CSAT e-bulletins are very important for the students. Kindly go through the e-bulletins which are being sent to you by email and are also uploaded at the website of the institute at CSAT portal. Now this question has come for examination. Shall I be allowed additional time if there are disruptions due to power, failure or network related issues during the examination?
Again and again we are repeating why mock test is being conducted. You make sure that whatever technical requirements you met with those technical requirements, because this test is monitored and conducted through remote proctoring, and it is a all India test. So we go by times. Timing are very important. If there are any power failure or other things like Dr. Rahul Chandra has already explained, to have your laptop properly charged well before the examination. So there should not be any interruption. But if you take the test casually, then nobody can help you. Timings, it's a 3 batches. All batches will be conducted as per schedule. So timings are very, very important. That's why you have to prepare well in advance, whether your laptop is fully charged or not, whether the room where you are sitting is comfortable or not, whether the light is full over there, no light as already explained in the presentation from the behind should be coming. So these are the prerequisite before appearing in the examinations. So that's why we are conducting mock test. You are having sufficient times. We are having so many presentations, FAQs, instructions. Even if you will not follow, then we cannot help you. So you have to ensure that you, on the day of the examination, you are well equipped with each and everything that are required for appearing in the examination.
Thank you, sir. Now this is again come for examination only. Which actions of this candidate shall be considered as violation of the rules against which live proctors are empowered to take action?
Dear candidates, please go through the instructions carefully. That clearly mentioned that certain thing only you are to keep with you your admit card, your iCard, and no paper, pencil and other things with you. It means you are carrying nothing with you other than these things. If you want to take water, keep water bottle. It should be in a transparent bottle only. Apart from it, you are prohibited not to read aloud, not to speak to anybody during the course of test. No person should be present in the room where you are appearing for the examinations. It means the simple way to understand is, as you are appearing in the examination, what precautions you are taking, same precautions you have to take at your home or the place of examination as if you are appearing from the examination center. But the difference is that you are being monitored remotely by the person, and your all actions, your all voices are recorded. So please be aware, you are under fully visible of the proctor. So please be ready and cautious that you are continuously monitored by the person remotely, dear candidates. So I think it is clear to you that mobile or any gadget or any sort of talking or presence of any person, these things are taken very seriously by the institute, and it will be considered as use of unfair means in the examination.
So kindly take note of it, students. This question has come for academics. What we have to study about presentation and communication part means what topics are to be included in it.
It's Viva Voce. Okay. See, in Viva Voce, basically the purpose of introducing Viva Voce is to check the basic communication skills of the student. Because tomorrow when you enter the corporate world, or whether you as a company secretary goes in practice, you will be interacting with various stakeholders, maybe the stock exchanges, your Ministry of Corporate Affairs, your other regulators, and many other clients. So if communication, fluency in communication is required, in Viva Voce basically your basic grammar will be checked, your comprehension skills will be checked, and you will be given some very simple questions where you have to check how strong you are in language part, whether you are able to understand the question, whether you are able to give a right answer or not, which should be technically and grammatically correct. So on these dimensions, on these facets, you will be evaluated under this Viva Voce.
Thank you, Kinchanji. Pandey sir, one student is saying if we fail in mock test, will it affect our main examination?
Mock test is basically to make you aware how to appear in the examination on the actual day, that is 21st. So these marks are not to be counted. This is basically a practice test. So it is for you to practice, to make sure what are the technical requirements, how this secured browser will be uploaded, how the secure browser will be working, and what sort of questions you will be getting, how to navigate in between the various questions, how to mark various questions, how to start the examination, how to end the examinations. So everything will be same as that it will be on the actual day on the 21st. So it is basically a mock test, means it will prepare you for the final day of the examination.
Thank you, sir. Rahulji, this has come for you. What are the precautionary measures to ensure power supply?
Oh, it has been answered repeatedly. See, I mean, this is something that you have to locally manage, and the best advice is that you ensure that your laptops or your desktop machines, everything, whatever gadgets you are using, it's all fully charged.
Right.
Correct? It's remotely done. It has to be ensured by you only. Candidates have to ensure that.
Thank you, Rahulji. Sharma sir, this is for you. What about the 3 batches of examination? Though Pandey sir has already explained, but I would like you to answer this once again.
There's 3 batches, but please note, 1 batch is for only 1 candidate. 3 batches not for all the candidates. So for you have been clearly mentioned the date, time of your examination batch. So you are requested to go by your batch as mentioned in your admit card, not by the 3 batches what we are going to discuss. These 3 batches for the different parts of the country and for the students who are appearing for the examination. So for each candidate, 1 time slot is available. So please be there and attend examination at your stipulated time only. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Some students are asking, can I send any request for updation in my record? So students, we have already given you time till 5th of November for updations of records. Now no request in change of records will be entertained. All changes have already been made, but in case you face any difficulty in downloading your admit cards, I am repeating, you have to send in your request at cset@icsi.ed. One student is saying, can I take my medicine during exam because I am having high fever?
Dear student, these are the the situation you are telling, this is exception situations. So please remember, exceptions are handled exceptionally. So please take care that your medicines you have to take during the examination is kept with you on your table only, so that you should not leave the seat for taking medicine, or you should not ask anybody to come to you to be present in your room. So you can take medicine, but at the same time you have to keep all the things you required from start of the examination itself.
Thank you, sir. Rahulji, this is for you. What do if a candidate system got crashed or interrupted in between the test?
I think it has already been replied. In case of any hardware, software or network issue, anything that happens, number one, don't panic. You try to connect after 2-3 minutes. After 3 minutes, probably you will be able to log in again. In case if you still face difficulty, there are technical support numbers provided. You can always contact to those numbers. And again, I am repeating, don't try to log in from 2 different machines simultaneously. The system will not permit you. You have to use only one machine at a time. Correct? And also, please ensure the case sensitivity of your passwords and login ID. In case if they are case sensitive, because you know better that what passwords you have saved. So accordingly, check that whether caps lock is on or off in your keyboards. So all those small measures you have to take. And again, I'm repeating, don't panic. Try after 3 minutes. At the end of the day, there are technical support numbers provided.
And all these questions are available on website also. And FAQ portion, as Pandey sir has already told the students. Student is saying, I am not allowed to start the test while logging in. Then what a student should do?
If you are not been able to log in, as I said, first you have to check with the internet connection, whether your internet connection is there. Is it sufficiently, speed up as per the requirements? And as I said, then try to check the case sensitivity of your passwords, your login IDs, and then if nothing works out with you, then you can always talk to the technical team there. Yes.
Sharma sir, this is for you. Can a student take small 2 or 3 minutes break during the examination?
Dear students, there's no break allowed during the examination. You cannot leave your workstation for even a single minute during the test. Because and you will be mentally prepared for it, and we have already announced in advance that there's no break will be allowed during the test.
Thank you, sir. This is again for examination. How are we going to receive any warning?
In case your test will start with a welcome greeting by the proctors, and in between, if there are violations of instructions, like somebody present in your room, like you are carrying mobile phone, you are wearing headphone, you are having earphone, the proctors will be giving you warning. Warning 1, mobile is banned, like, or if you are using headphone, warning 1, you are using headphone. Like that, you will be getting warnings from the proctors. And these sorts of warning will lead to prove that you have violated the instruction to examinees. And again I repeat, any violation will lead to cancellation of your examination.
Thank you, sir. Rahul sir, this has come for you. How to submit the test?
See, there is a submit button that you can see on your screen, but that button will only be active after the 90 minutes of the start of the test, as no candidate is allowed to submit before 90 minutes. And as already covered in the presentation, there is a 2-stage process. Once you press the submit button, it will ask you for confirmation, because sometimes you may press it by mistake. If that is the case with you, you can always cancel it and you can go back to the test. But if you are firm that you have to submit, you confirm it again. After showing the summary of what all you have done, it will finally submit your test.
Thank you, Rahulji. Now students, they want to know what should be the setting in the room from where candidate is appearing for the test.
Gitanjali ji, I have already answered. It should be like a examination room sitting. Like if it's a center mode, once you visit the examination, there is a comfortable seat. Once I say seat, it means a table and a chair. So in your room also, you can have a comfortable sitting where you can keep your mobile phone with no provided items around. Provided items, again I repeat, no mobile phone, no books, no headphone, no earphone, notes, etc. These are all provided items. As explained by Sri S.K. Sharma ji, you can carry a transparent water bottle. That is only allowed. No bio break is also allowed. So you have to be in an exam-like situation. Ideal situation is a chair and a table. If you are not having table, any comfortable position where you can keep your laptop and where you can sit comfortably, that will be a ideal situation.
Thank you, sir. Now this question has come. Can we change our answers if we have moved to another question?
Yeah, already I have explained that point number 24, navigational instructions. You can navigate from one question to another, and in between if you want to change, you can change also, but once it is submitted, then no change will be allowed. You can mark also. Mark means later on you can check that particular question also. And there will be a particular color schemes also, like green, which will say you have submitted, you have approved. So there will be particular colors also. Once you will appear tomorrow for the mock test, that's why we are saying it's very compulsory, it's very mandatory to appear in the mock test, because you will get an idea how to mark a question, how to press a submit button, what will be the various color codes that will show you whether it has been answered, whether it is yet to be answered, whether it is marked. So everything you will come to know once you will appear tomorrow for the mock test.
Thank you, sir. So students, they want to know whether there is any sequence of attempting the questions and answers, or they can attempt in any
No,
sequence.
you can appear in any manner. Again, I am repeating. That's why once again I am advising you. Please go through the navigational instruction. You can go to any question. You can appear, and then you can come back to another question. You can move forward to other questions. So in this way you can answer any question of your choice, or you feel you are sure, or you can leave a particular question, and thereafter once you have completed others, then you can come back to that question.
Now one student is saying, how and when will we get the login ID and password for appearing in the test?
Dear students.
Mock test is already sent.
Dear student, for the mock test, we have already sent one email to you at your registered email ID. Moreover, you are getting SMSs also for your user ID and password. Apart from it, for the exam day, you will be provided separate email ID and password on 20th onwards.
Right. Thank you, sir. Akinchan ji, this question has come for you. What is the breakup of marks for each paper in CBT in MCQ pattern?
Okay, in CSAT, see, when it comes to the marks division, if you see, so there are 4 papers, and so business communication, paper 1, paper 2, legal aptitude, logical reasoning, economic and business environment. So they will be having 35 questions and 15 questions from the current affairs and 10 questions from Viva VOC we are having. So in all, if you see, that is, we will be having this
140, yes, 140 questions total. 35 in each paper.
So
See, let me answer that. Yes.
क्या करूँ?
Since there are 4 papers, each and every paper would have 35 questions each. So in total now you'll get 140 questions. And when it comes to the marks, each and every paper is of 50 marks. So total there would be 200 marks. That's it.
So I think we have covered almost all the questions. We'll take last one question. One student is saying if webcam photo is little bit not clear, whether it is acceptable or not.
That you left to the remote proctor. Please don't go into such a technology what is happening, but whatever you are having, ensure that they are as per the specifications. Specification have already been answered in FAQs number 12. So you try to fulfill the specifications, because proctor will take it of his own, how you are sitting, how you are appearing, whether you are visible or not. Everything will be taken care of by the proctor. If there are anything, he will float a message to you that your position is not clear, some light is coming like that, and that at that time you can decide whether you have to shift a little bit or not.
Thank you, sir. So students, we hope that we have been able to sort out all your queries, because we have discussed everything in detail. Everything is available at the website of the institute. Download FAQs, at admit card instructions, everything is given. And I thank our panelists also for coming here and guiding the students. I wish all the very best to all the students who will be appearing in the CSET to be held on 21st of November 2020. Thank you very much.
Okay, abhi cut. Student, I will request you, all of you, those who have attended, and those who have not attended, please convey that tomorrow mock test is very, very important, and you all should appear, so that on the final day, that is 21st, you doesn't have to face any problem with regard to your appearance in the CSET. Thank you.
Thank you, students.
Okay, thank you. Good luck all.
Thank you.